Hey, feel I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Feel I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just...
Well, speaking of free agents and minor leaguers, let's talk about the Olympics.
Yeah, man. Olympics has been fun to watch.
It sure has. My favorite part of it is just seeing like these guys. Like you got the guy for the Braves. I'm having a brain fart of his name right now, but he's the guy who was a speed skater in the Winter Olympics, and now he's competing in the Summer Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like seeing the Todd father out there doing his thing.
Yeah,
Todd Frazier's been doing good.
It's a good mix of veterans and prospects on the Team USA. I honestly think it's a little unfair that the South Koreans, the Korean baseball team, and then Japan are pretty much all-star teams because both leagues stopped their leagues to let players go to the Olympics.
But, you know, it might not be fair, but however, it's not their fault that our leagues are going on at the same time. And also, they... Look, this is the Olympics. It might mean bigger things to them. Yeah. They're like, hey, this is for your country. We're a little lax on it.
The unfortunate bad thing about the Olympics is that we're not seeing the intense, loving baseball fans of Japan.
Oh, I know.
Like that stadium
I was looking forward to that.
Packed, you know.
Chanting.
That's why you know Japan wanted baseball back in this Olympics because you know
that's their thing.
That's one of their big things.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not in next year. We're all but. You know, they really wanted it, and it's just unfortunate not seeing the fan experience, which we all know. We've seen the exhibition games in Tokyo and stuff, how insane they are. Because imagine what the atmosphere would be like right now. Man, but it's interesting seeing some of these players out there, and it's very fun to see these
But like I said, I get it, though. If you're representing your country and you want to bring the best from your country, that's what you would do. Fill them up with all-stars. What else you can do? And we saw South Korea baseball, and we know that there's a lot of trash. So I'm glad they had to pick the good players. There's some guys that are really questionable. But even though they did that, USA is going for gold.
Yeah,
they beat South Korea in the quarters. I believe it's a quarters semi.
The second semi. So
second semi.
In the quarters, they lost to Japan, which that game was the best game I think of the Olympics because it was back and forth. Japan.
That was a high-scoring game.
Yes, because Japan finally, I think if I remember while I was watching it, the seventh inning finally had a 1-2-3. Like they either got hit on base, making moves what Japan does, and they went to 10th inning, which I was confused. I walked away because I was working, and I'm like, damn, they already got two people on. No, in the Olympics, you get person at second and first when you go to extra innings.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, oh. And of course, the bottom 10th, Japan, of course, the home team. Bunted man over to third, single to win the game.
Yep.
So they automatically went to semifinals. Then America beat Dominican Republic to face the loser of Japan, Korea for the semifinals. So once Korea lost, USA got to play them in the other semifinal game, chance to go to the gold medal game, which they did. So USA is going for the gold medal against Japan
on Saturday.
Technically tomorrow morning as we're recording this at 6 a.m.
Which that should be good, man. That should be good.
Should be good. I really enjoy it. So I really, I'm definitely getting up early to watch that. So, but before we talk more about Olympics, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, yeah, with the Olympics, the USA and Japan hopefully having a great game. I hope it goes real close, another nail-biter scenario. But with the Olympics, well, before actually going to the Olympics, during the trials to make the Olympics, a lot of the baseball players here in America got the chance to use the baseball and loved it, took it back to some teams, and are still loving it over there because how much better the ball is compared to the Major League ball.
Oh, yeah.
They are in straight loving this ball.
They're actually, they're going to get the ball right, and they're going to take a look at it.
So, the tournament, so who was it? I got some quotes here. Let's see. Joe Ryan, who is a pitcher for the USA, said, "We need this ball in America." He's a starting pitcher for the. It's amazing. It's perfect. Every pitcher out there, of course, complain about the current ball in Major League Baseball. Slick. It's inconsistent. There's a problem. But the ball that this is the same company that uses over in Japan. The company makes about, 3,500 boxes of 12 balls per month, so they make sure it's perfect. But Scott Kazmir, former 13-year veteran, said it's definitely a different baseball. He's like, if I want to compare the two balls, I like this SSK ball a lot better.
Oh, okay.
Mexico reliever Alvarez Perez, who's 19-year Major League veteran, says the ball moves more than usual than him, perhaps because it has a stickier grip. Scott McGrath of USA said this is the third season over in Japan. Said he didn't see the difference in the pitch movement, but added because the rosin bag is another major factor in Japan, it's better than the rocks that's over in America. So just a little bit of rosin, a little bit of sweat, it gets real sticky. Even it's not just pitchers. First baseman Teston Kress said in the tournament standout said this ball is definitely different. It's easier to hit. I think they're a little wider. So who has 3 home runs so far in the Olympics? So he can definitely probably see the ball better if it's a little wider. But yeah, it's very interesting. Who is it? Ryan, who we said earlier, he is in the Minnesota Twins organization. Said both him and Kazmar said it seems a little smaller. Several major league pitchers have asked to bring him balls back. He's ordered to give the company his address for shipping during a post-game news conference. Tossed 6 innings in the American opener. Had a great time. He said, "It is it. I can say it enough. It's the best baseball I've ever touched."
Wow, and that's pretty cool. And like you said, SSK. I mean, they've been around for a while, and I've only known them more of like a glove company.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got solid stuff, man. That's pretty cool. I wonder that would be interesting to see how.
And my thing, if how he said it, it's like the biggest thing for him is the rosin. And it's more rockier in America, is more like a powder, so they use it. Because I think they said even like some of the games you can watch so far in the Olympics, every pitch you see like almost a puff of dust coming off their pitch because it's so much finer and I guess more powder.
But why wouldn't they be able to use that same rosin? I remember when I was a pitcher, probably like when I was like 12, I used to have a rosin bag that wasn't the rocky stuff. It was like the powdery stuff.
I guess the MLB used more of the rocky stuff.
Okay.
I guess, but yeah, just imagine. So, say for example, like we said, next Olympics, unfortunately, in Paris, baseball is not in it. But then one after that is in 2028, even though it's 2021 now, but still, it's in LA.
Yeah,
Is it time to bring by then baseball back to in Olympics for good? Maybe Major League puts their season on hold to let all their players play. DR will have their full stack. You're talking
Wouldn't even
like
be
America,
competitive, man.
Because think about it, in 8 years, Mike Trout could play. Ohtani can go play for Japan like he used to in the World Baseball Classic. So you think in World Baseball Classic, but on a bigger scale because you're actually competing for an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be insane. Because most sports do it. Hockey they do on hold for the Winter Olympics. We're not going to talk about American football. That's never going to happen. God,
well, there's no competition.
That'd be demolishing.
That's why it's an American sport, man. There's no competition. Although I was watching the women's rugby, man. They were getting it. Like, so rugby is really close and it's brutal.
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see football.
No, I don't think ever.
No.
But
plus these guys can get injured too easily.
Yeah.
You can't play games like. You got 2 weeks? That would not happen.
Yeah, and I think it'd be more because a lot of players don't play the World Baseball Classic because it's right before the MLB season. So like, I'm more focused on the season now. This will be the middle season, so it'll be warmed up, ready to go. You take 3 weeks off or maybe even 2 weeks because really, this tournament they only started playing last week, so you're talking about a week. So really, if you do 2 weeks break or 2.5. You got a couple of days of training to get them together. You start the tournament, and then a couple of days after to go back to the team. It could be something that's possibly done. I don't know if we'll ever see it.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome to see some of the stars.
It'd be close, man.
But it's just an idea. But, man, I
guess it depends on when they throw the months around. Like, what if they could do it close enough to the All-Star break to make it an Olympic break?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do the All-Star game and then go into winter break? Olympic break, maybe?
Give them extra time to heal and stuff before we get back right into it. I don't know. You never know. A couple years from now, it could happen.
Yeah.
But I just want to make another time about Eddie Alvarez is the guy's name for the Marlins.
Well, with USA in the gold medal game, they're guaranteed at least a silver.
And he's won a silver already as a
So he's going to be, I think, the 6th person to win medals in both the summer and winter.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. And he'd only be the 3rd American to do it. 6th person ever, like you said, but 3rd American. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he's guaranteed. So he's going to do it.
Yeah, he's going at least getting a silver.
Yeah.
He might get his first gold.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah.
All those years of training as a speed skater, and now you're going to get gold
Convert
as
to
a baseball player.
That had a chance to make
That's
it.
nuts.
And then, of course, and being the flag bearer for USA since he is a two-sport Olympian.
And baseball wasn't even an option. He probably wasn't thinking when he was doing the speed skating stuff because it wasn't in there still, right?
Yeah.
They took it out.
They took it out, I think, because this is the first time since, I think 06, 04? Of course, U.S. won the gold back in 2000, I think.
Yeah, but he won his medal in 2014.
Yeah.
So baseball wasn't even on the radar. No. But yeah, anyways, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, as far as the balls are concerned, man, yeah, I'd like to see how they'd work out and see what the pitchers think about them.
Yeah.
Especially since we're having this issue with sticky substances, and it seems like rosin and sweat are working with this.
Like, honestly, if I was Major League, I'd be ordering a couple cases of those to test between the two balls, break them apart, dissect them to figure out, call them up. Like, what do you use? What leather?
But
to try to figure out
if they're willing to do that. But the issue is that MLB just purchased Rawlings, right, or whatever.
They have a small stake technically in it.
But they're getting rid of their mud. It's basically their ball now, right? So that's what the issue is. So do you think they're going to want to go get a third party ball? They want control of it all. Man.
Yeah,
they're trying to get the monopoly.
They might try to. I said just order the balls and dissect them, take them to the lab. Figure out what's the main difference and try to replicate it.
It's going to be kind of hard if you find out that the hide is from the Wagyu beef cow or something. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to do that.
The humidity's at this level. Exactly. They kept the leather. Like,
they massage the cow before. Alan, it's not happening.
It's not, but
I mean, that's not sustainable for them. That's why they do them in small batches, right?
I think they said even the Chinese and the Korean companies that make balls are inconsistent compared to theirs.
Yeah.
So it might be
that's what I'm saying.
It might be because they're a small factory and they make sure everything's perfect instead of mass producing balls.
But do they produce the balls for the Japanese league?
Yes.
Well, then it could be sustainable. It has to be because they have enough games.
I said, and they said also, I think they said high schoolers use it. That's why I said they put about 4,000 boxes a month.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure they could crank it up, but I'm not sure what they're doing. I'm sure we'll try to find out, though.
Yeah, I think if really how much players have involved and how much they love, I'm almost certain someone in Major League is like, yo, look, order 5 boxes. Let's go do some research and figure out why our players love this ball so much better.
All right.
That's going to be interesting.
So, moving on.
Yeah.
Now that we got it, like you said, it's the matchup that we kind of thought it would be.
Yeah.
USA versus Japan. Yes, these are two. I mean, yes, that's kind of what I expected to be.
And then Korea we knew would be top ones, which we had to face them. Japan beat them. U.S. beat them to go to the gold medal game. So I'm actually about to look up, see, I can't remember who won the bronze medal game, but because that was today. But if it's anything like the game the other day, let's see. Who's playing bronze? No, I don't want who won bronze. Not who's playing it.
It's Dominican Republic versus South Korea?
Yeah. Are they playing today? Technically, probably later. Yeah, 11 p.m. tonight.
Oh, great! Oh man,
yeah,
we might be able to catch a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was against the Dominican Republic the other night. I was like, because I thought it was another 6 a.m. game. So I'm at work. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And I was like, and so I was at 11 p.m. I was like, I'm going to bed because I got to be up early, so I'm not gonna be able to watch that game. So.
But that's also what I was thinking myself, though. I was thinking, yes, I thought Japan was going to be there and USA, but I also thought one of the Latin countries would be there, and as you see, Dominican Republic.
Yep.
And I bet their team's pretty solid.
Well, they have Bautista is on the Dominican Republic team.
Oh, nice.
So if they win, he gets a bronze medal. Like
nice.
Some of these key veterans that are on some of these teams is pretty cool.
And that's another reason why I like the World Baseball Classic and the Olympics and stuff like that, because you see some players who might not be in the league anymore, but you get to see them play again.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, like the World Baseball Classic, when America won a couple years ago, it's like that was a lot of, fun.
I was excited. I was waking up at like 6 in the morning just to watch the game.
Yeah,
and I'm not a morning person, so I was stoked.
I know that. Alan likes to sleep. Like when we were growing up, Alan did not wake up before 11 most days.
Yeah, I was up watching these games, and they were like dark outside still.
So that's when I first found out. Like 6 a.m. I said, I'm at work. Perfect. I can watch it on my phone, or if I'm out front, I can turn on the TVs and watch it.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, these games should be exciting. Like you said, there's a game tonight at 11. Obviously, you guys aren't going to hear this before that happens, so we'll know who wins.
Most likely, hopefully, I'll be posting this tomorrow morning as the gold medal game happens. So
if we had to make our odds on that game, who do you got? I'm going to go Dominican Republic.
God, it's gonna be. I hope it's close to the edge. I think DR might get a slight edge.
I agree. But the podcast is going to go for South Korea because we're basing our logo from the bat flips that they that we love.
Like KBO, the Korean League when they USA beat them the other night, it was close until I think if I remember correctly the 8th inning USA broke it open.
And, yeah, man. But in baseball, you never know.
Yeah,
it could have easily been a Korean win.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because right when Japan beat them, like great, now we got to face the other all-star team.
Mm-hmm.
Because when watching that USA Japan, man, I'm like yo, this is getting intense. Like USA hit a 2-run home run to take a 3-run lead. I'm like, cool. And then Japan erased it real quick. I'm like, and then they're up by 1, and then Japan scored in the bottom of the 9th to force extras, and then the whole 2-man on. Like Japan plays small ball and won, bunt a person over and get a single.
Yeah,
and the funny thing is the single was their worst offensive player. The catcher is the reason he made the roster because he's defensive. They said,
"Oh yeah."
They're like, watch, he's gonna try to bunt maybe, and then he hits a single to the outfield and win the game.
Right, and like you said, and that's what's so great about baseball and the Dominican Republic and Japan and USA. We all have different styles that we play. USA likes to play the long ball game, and they have solid pitchers. Japan will play the small ball game, and they're going to just focus on getting that run in.
And then
it's
pitching
crazy
in Japan.
Well, yeah,
the nasty, not the
filthiness.
Heat.
Yes,
like they had one guy come
They do
out.
have Tanaka.
Yes,
they do have Masahiro Tanaka on the team,
which he's the one that started against the Team USA and they knocked him out early.
Well, yes, because
I think he was good through 2, and then finally in the 3rd they got to him.
Right, but see, that's why they need to bring in one of their dudes who are throwing them freaking the splitters or something.
Did
yeah.
I think he got through the 7th and the 8th perfect.
Yeah. So
I was just watching. I was like, God,
so get it. They're going to dissect the last game and they're going to make corrections.
Oh yeah.
So this will be an interesting game for sure.
Oh,
absolutely. What do you think the score is going to be in this one?
If pitching comes wise, I feel it's going to be like 5-4 again, like
Ooh,
something a
okay.
little bit lower.
Okay.
I think they're on because this is all the marbles. So
you think it's kind of a tight game. You don't think it's going to be like a blowout.
I think once someone gets in trouble early, because this is just the game.
The game.
They're going to throw every pitcher out there probably
okay.
possible. So I feel like it's going to be low scoring.
My bones want to say it's going to be like 12-11. So you're saying low. I guess I'm going to go with 8-6.
5-4.
I'm going to go 8-6.
Yeah.
8-6 USA.
I love USA to win, especially Mike Soroka to get his gold medal as the manager. Because Girardi was the manager until he took the job of the Phillies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, either way you look at it, just keep in mind that this is going to be a well-earned medal.
Yeah.
So regardless of who wins, it's going to be earned.
And, certain teams are getting up, watching their prospects, see how they perform. And then, hell, like Todd Frazier might get a call after this Olympics, maybe to try to make a veteran guy they might need off the bench or somewhere to help.
Yeah, no, he's still got, and he can bring it.
I think the funny thing they were talking about the other day is his nephews on the same team where Todd Frazier was in the Little League World Series.
Uh-huh.
They actually qualified to advance to possibly play in the Little League World Series.
Very cool.
And his nephew was the one who hit like the walk-off home run. He said, so 20 years later, another Frazier is possibly could be involved in the Little League World Series.
Another thing I thought was cool is the Japan's team name, Samurai Japan.
Yeah,
that's
Samurais.
That's awesome, man. Anyways, it's going to be great. I can't wait for that to happen.
So